Yep.
Nick is small blind, Desmond is big blind. Now, when you walk up here, when that turns from yellow to blue, that means the computer has read your card. There's no food at the feature table. I don't want barbecue sauce on this. It's a $10,000 computer that looks like a poker table. You can have your drink behind you. And that's it. So that turns blue with one row.
Alright, good luck everybody.
15 minutes delay. If you need to make a picture, you come grab your phone, step off screen, and then put it back in here.
ATI, you want to wait your some five minutes of water?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. A little bit of a split table too, guys, okay.
All right, guys, we're back. And as you see, we have
As long as you're in the box.
eight, 8 new players, 9 new players. No, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new players. So they do have a seat open. Or are we 8? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, as you see here, they're all different than who was here. And it's folded to Lisa, and she's going to raise a queen nine. I've played with Lisa for many years, and she likes to get after it. And Nick's going to flat here with a queen jack of clubs after Dirty John folded. So over here at Champion's been here all week showing some love to the green. And Desmond on the short stack out of the big blind is going to make the call as well with the 5-6. Hoping to flop something 3 ways and be able to find a triple. Ace 5-7, Desmond with the only pair, and Lisa with the only heart.
Lisa's going to go ahead and jam 585,000.
And it should get through unless Desmond got a little froggy.
Right.
And the guy in the 1 seat is Mr. Skylar Thornton. Anybody who plays poker around Texas, Dallas, Houston, Corpus, Austin, San Antonio, Midland, anywhere, this guy has been in your room. He won the Big O event here on, I believe, Wednesday night. He's a legend around Texas. He is sitting on 160K right now, which is 8 bigs. And if anybody can make 160K look like 3 million in one orbit, it's Skylar. So just because he's short stack, do not count him out of it. He very good player. He knows what he's doing, and he's super aggressive.
Desmond's going to go all in from the small blind with 10-9 off.
Yeah, for 3.5 bigs, and Joe with the 4-5 and a bunch of chips, and just has to call.
Okay, so sheet 8 is all in for 70,000.
And Desmond all in for his tournament life as a 3-1 favorite. And flops top pair. Joe's in a whirl of hurt here, and now he's dead. And Desmond's not just going to double up, but he also gets a game. So he goes from 70K to 160K. And that's how fast chips can multiply.
Now Desmond gets to be the button, so he's got a whole orbit just to relax and enjoy these new chips and try to find another spot. Dennis is our new short stack, 115K, just 5 big blinds. Joseph sitting pretty at the top with 66 bigs.
And I expect Lisa, Dirty John, and Joe in the 10 seat there. Joe Cafaro. I expect the 3 of them to be opening a very wide range. They're all 3 very aggressive players, and they all 3 have chips. And there's a few short stacks at the table that just they can't make a move. And here's Dennis with the ace 9, and he's gonna be forced to get in. He's not gonna like that Lisa wakes up with ace king behind him. So he's all in. Now Lisa's obviously not gonna fold this hand. Let's see if she calls or if she re-raises, and she might even just chip, hoping to play this hand versus one opponent. Yeah, I've known Lisa and her husband Daryl for a long time. They've been running one of the longest running underground poker rooms in Houston since I started playing it. So the room's been around forever. They're still there, and so I have a lot of experience playing with her. Very, very nice lady.
Lisa does 3-bet for 300,000, and we'll see a flop with these two heads up. Dennis at risk with the ace 9.
Yeah, he's gonna need a lot of help here. And ace 5 deuce. Lisa holds the only club. So he's going to need a 9 or something runner. And we don't see what king, but Dennis does tap the table and defeat.
Yep.
And Lisa's going to win the pot. And there, he's telling her to move the cards over, so we're going to get to see it. That's Gin in the Box. And as you were saying earlier, anybody that plays WSOP circuit events or the World Series this summer, she is one of their top dealers, top WSOP dealer. They're trying to get the cards out there. What we do know is that Dennis did lose the hand. These, as I was saying earlier, these cards have RFID antennas in them, so the table picks up what it is, but you have to have them see. Now she's putting them in the little box.
3 of hearts, three clubs,
Yep.
5 of diamonds.
3 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, it is. And good game, Dennis. And you see Joseph with the chip lead at the table, and then Lisa not a whole lot behind him.
Lisa up to 905K after that hand. Great way to start the future table.
Always feels good to win one right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
And Lisa with the queen 10 folds under the gun. And again, just like when the last table was there, you look out there, there's not a whole lot of very good hands. And again, the first player that shows aggression. Now, obviously it's not always going to work. The guy that raises every hand never comes out as the winner at the end of the day. But aggression, smart aggression, will usually be a recipe for a very good long-term success. And that man, Joe, will not be afraid to show aggression. Now, obviously, he has a really good hand here with the queen 10 suited on the button.
And yeah, right position in that hand. Fantastic. Good combo for Joe. And he takes it down. You're watching day 2 of the $600 buy-in Lone Star Poker Series main event. We have a new feature table. We started our broadcast 2 hours ago, but we like to always start a new stream with a new table. So if you missed our early coverage, no worries. It is available on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube to watch at your leisure. Bring a new dealer. Randy's coming in to join us.
And here we go with the next hand.
Big star.
And it looks like Dirty John opening it up. Nope, he's just gonna limp in with the Queen 9.
7-4.
Interesting.
He likes to play hands. He'll tell you, I did not come here to watch everybody else play poker.
Folds around to Joseph with a cutoff with King 10 suited. 1.4 million stack. Let's see what Joseph wants to do.
10 raises to 50,000. 1-4.
Yeah, Joseph does open the 50K. Folds around to Eloy in the small blind with King Queen offsuit. Goes down. Lisa in the big blind lays it down.
Yeah, it's such a small raise that John's gonna be forced to call here and play this hand out of position. Yeah, John's another one of those guys. He is here to have fun. He loves poker.
Ace Queen 5 flop 2 diamonds. Dirty John pairs his queen, put himself in the lead. Joseph flops the gut shot Broadway draw. And 1 club. The check from John and Joe continues for 45,000. Easy call. Easy
Yeah,
call.
John does not give up this easily. Oh, did he
Oh,
check raise?
oh, yes.
He checked min raise.
Making
And
Joseph.
I don't think Joe's going to fold this hand. He has the backdoor flush equity, and it's such a small raise. And there you see it. He calls. The turn's a 6 of diamonds, and John does hold the only diamond. So now Joe can only hit 1 of 3 jacks or 2 kings. And he does not know that when he hits a king, it would be good. Because John is representing either an ace or a flush draw. Now the flush gets there. So, you know, it's hard for Joe to beat anything. He is going to find a fold here, I'm pretty certain, unless he wants to try to rep the flush. And he doesn't, he folds.
Yeah, with that third diamond and just a king high, it's just so hard. Nice pot going to Dirty John. 52 players remain. This event had an amazing showing. Let's see, just trying to pull up those numbers. With the 4 entry flights, we had 877 total runners. Day 2 started with 107. Everyone was in the money with a min cash guarantee of $1,200. We're down to 52 runners. At this point,
Just 52 players left.
At this point, everyone's guaranteed $1,650, and the top prize is $81,720, plus a custom money clip and a custom trophy belt buckle from Max Lane Jewelers here in Houston, Texas.
And they are beautiful.
Absolutely. I was here back in October for the last Lone Star Poker Series, and I was going to breakfast one morning, and I just looked up, and right next door to this little place I was at was Max Lane's jeweler shop.
Nice.
So I walked in, I got to meet Max. He's a man like in his 70s, full cowboy outfit, wearing a big cowboy hat, giant belt buckle, of course.
Of course.
I was like, you know what? I want to give it a little support. Maybe I'll buy something there. Holy shit, Ray. Custom everything, and yeah, it's
So
quality.
you forgot the black card at home.
I ended up buying a little Houston Rodeo, like not money clip. The money clips were a little pricey out of my range, but I still ended up with a little like rubber banded silver. Oh, it's one of my favorite things I own. And,
Yeah, not to brag, but I did win a money clip
this week. This week you did. Hell yeah.
And I went to put it on my money, and I realized that the money clip was worth more than the money actually in the clip. So I took it out and put it in my trophy case.
So cool. My grandpa rocked a money clip for his whole life, man. I love it. It's so classy. So, a lot of fun out here at the Lone Star Poker Series, you guys. Easily down for Desmond. Joseph as well in these early position spots.
One is all in.
Schuler's gonna go all in from the 1 seat. Hijack with Queen 10 offsuit. Lisa's got suited connectors, 7-6 of diamonds on the button. With just the small and the big blind to go, she has something to think about here.
Yeah, it's just 5 bigs from Skylar, so
She does lay it down. Dirty John, King 10 of hearts.
yeah, we're definitely gonna go to a flop here. Just don't know what's gonna happen to get to that point.
Yeah. Oh, Helix.
Wow,
No.
and-
Oh, man.
30 with the fold, and
Nick.
even though the ace high is better than the king high,
Whoa.
and Nick folds,
Skylar.
yeah,
Great
I
pickup.
didn't see all that happening. Not Skylar, I'm sorry. Nick is very short as well and didn't want to take a risk. And let's see, yeah, Nick now down to 130K. So Skylar gets it through. And now Skylar with basically almost doubling up
Yeah.
without having to go to showdown.
One is all in.
Now he picks up ace jack.
And he's all in the gun +1.
2 folds, 4 folds, 6 folds, 7
Folds around the blinds.
And you see Nick with that lovely Lone Star poker jacket made by our friends over at Run Good. They're very comfortable. I'm wearing one now.
Desmond. Oh.
Desmond with the pump fake.
Yeah. Right. So he fold. Almost folds. Fold.
You see their average stack almost 700K
You can, but it has
at
to be
10 and 20,000 blinds.
Yeah, I'll get to it for you.
Desmond Nick both sitting with 6 big blinds with 120K stacks. Looking.
Skylar working for a little spin here. He did now double up from those last 2 hands after just taking the blinds and aiming.
It's a good feeling.
And he picks up 2 queens. Look at this.
Under the gun too, first act.
And these chips are obviously getting in the middle again.
1 is all in.
And let's see Eloy linked behind with 2 4s.
He's doing until it stops working.
He's
Eloy
done.
has been playing no limit cash games around town for a long time as well.
4 folds. 6 folds, 7 folds.
Actually folds around to the blinds.
And Joe will not be letting this ace jack go. I mean, Skylar just moved in. This is his 3rd hand in a row.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
8
And
folds.
Joe's going to make the call, and he's not going to like to see the cooler, knowing that it did not. This is not what it took for Skylar to move it in here. You saw the last 2 hands.
Right.
And Joe's going to need some help here. And a lot of help he's going to need.
Right.
He's going to need some running straight cards, and he doesn't get it. And just like that, Skylar is up to 450K. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Chips multiply so fast. I was out there the other day, and I saw a guy lost a pot from under the gun, and he had 2 blinds left. So he had to post his big blind, and he had to post his ante. Just walked away and said, just keep it. I don't want it. And
Jeez.
left the tournament
Oh my gosh.
and just left. Got in his car and drove home.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, getting frustrated, but you're never out of it until you are actually out of it. I know it sounds so cliche, but it is the truth. And Skylar is proving my point for me.
Chipping the chair is real.
Chip in a chair is very real. A guy a few years ago, the 2nd Colossus at the World Series of Poker ever, was down to half an ante. And at the time, they did not have big blind ante. He was down to half of an ante. The antes were 100, and he had 50 in chips left.
Oh my god.
Came back and won $1 million.
Wow.
Very, very wild.
2 fold,
So
4 fold.
don't ever give up.
Jerry John the hijack with ace 7 offsuit. He's considering what to do here. He does lay down. Right.
Good fold, dirty.
Nick's gonna get his whole stack in there. Desmond's gonna wake up on the button with a suited ace.
And like we were saying, both these guys 6 blinds each.
Yeah.
And when the raise comes from the cutoff, had Nick raised this under the gun, I think Desmond finds an easy fold. And now Desmond is going to put it in because the raise came from the hijack.
10 fold, 1 fold.
And they're going to go heads up to this flop with Desmond needing a lot of help.
Desmond's looking to see some spades in this flop. That's what he needs to improve here. An 8 or some spades. Oh
and he
my
catches 2
gosh. No need for spades now.
There's a jack, so now Nick does pick up the straight draw.
Yeah, push up Broadway.
8 full jack.
Does not get there.
8 full of jacks for Desmond. Nick will still have 10,000 chips. He'll have a small blind left. Half a bid.
Yeah, Nick takes that very well. He's still laughing, having a good time. And he has half of the big blind left and still laughing and having a good time. It's been a great week out here. Again, thanks for all of you that did come out. Thanks for tuning in, watching us. I hope everybody can make it to the next one. We have not quite announced when the next one's going to be. Hopefully we can get these details locked in and figure this out soon because I am
7 is all
ready.
in.
Oh man. The week's not even over yet. You're already ready for the next one. I love it.
I love poker.
8 fold.
Nick is all in the hijack with his 7-6 suited.
And look at this. Look at all the drinks. We're having a good time.
Oh, look at that.
That reaches to 50,000.
And Joe with the raise to isolate the all-in guy.
Oh, Eloy.
Cost 50,000.
Eloy's going to call it with the 10-8 off here out of the big one.
Yeah.
And Nick is going to be all in for the main pot. And so there is a new pot, which is called the side pot, that Joe and Eloy will be betting for. There's Queen Jack 5 with 2 spades. Not a lot out there for anybody. Eloy and Joe both have a gut shot, both requiring different cards. There's the 4 for Nick to pick up a straight draw. Now Nick can hit a 3, a 6, a 7, or an 8. And it's a 9, so Eloy makes his straight.
Eli, first stack. Checks his straight.
Side pot.
Yeah,
50.
Joe's not falling for it.
Right.
8. Ace wins the side.
Ace wins the side pot. No,
Yeah,
sir.
no, the dealer totally overmissed it because Eloy checked. That's how tricky his check was.
Right.
The dealer didn't even see it after the cards were flipped over. Good game, Nick. He's been eliminated.
Yeah.
That takes us down to 49 players.
And with that, we have a ladder. Players are now guaranteed. What was I? Just had it here. 49th pays $16.50. Oh no, I'm sorry. The ladder's at 48.
Nope.
One more to the ladder. $16.50 currently. $18.50 is Nick's paycheck.
Might not sound like a ton of money, but It all adds up, guys.
It's a steak dinner. I'll take a free steak dinner by waiting a few extra seconds.
Uh-oh, I think Dirty might have spilled the drink.
Oh, no.
Not on the cards, Dirty.
Six folds.
He's like, why did he hit me all
Eight folds.
And it folds on to Joe on the button. He's going to let it go. Or, sorry, Joe's going to call Skylar's button with the 10-4. He lets it go. Eloy in the small blind with the queen ten of spades. And Eloy and Lisa play a lot of poker together.
Four checks the opposite. That's right.
Lupe Vasquez in the comments saying, "Go Little Donkey." That's Lisa's nickname, is Little Donkey.
Two checks.
And she flops middle pair here and is going to bet it.
4-0.
Eloy with the 2 overs, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw.
Two folds.
Quick fold from Eloy.
And Michael Ramos asks, is this a final table? No, Mike, this is the feature table. There's still 49 players left. We're going to give you guys some live action with commentary all day as we grind it down to the final table. 40-minute levels, day 2, Lone Star Poker Series, main event. We'll be here with you all day. It's going to be fun.
There's 6 tables left. They did just lose a player. They're down to 48. So that ladder has happened. $1,850 guaranteed for each player. The next pay jump is going to be at 40. And that'll be guaranteed. It's going to be up to 2,100.
8 folds.
Thank you.
10 folds. 1 fold.
And it folds around to Eloy on the button with an ace-4 offsuit. We can't really see what's going on right this second.
No, it's an advertisement for the Salty Crew, it looks like, based on the guy's shirt.
But Eloy's going to raise it. He's not going to like it when Dirty picks up the ace-10 suited out of the big.
What's the action on 2?
145. Right. 2 raises to 45. 4 folds.
So Eloy raised it to 45, and
145.
John looks like he slid some chips out there. I'm anticipating a 3-bet to 125 it is.
$80,000 to call for Eloy. He would have position at least if he decided to put a few more chips in here.
He will have position, but he knows that Dirty will get after it, even if he misses a flop. Even if he thinks ace high is good here, it's hard to call because then what are you hoping to flop? And knowing that Dirty is not the type of player that's just going to check if he misses a flop and let your ace high win. So if Dirty has 4-5 or something, he's going to win the pot a lot because he's going to continue to bet and, force Eloy to have to call him. In this instance, Dirty actually had it, so good fold by Eloy. Great fold.
850. And what's your name in these 7?
We're coming to you with a 15-minute delay, everybody. 15-minute delay. We are watching this live, but to preserve the integrity of the game, we are streaming with a 15-minute delay. Got Ray Hinson in the booth, myself, Jesse Full, and I'm from Poker News. We will be bringing you action for the next few hours. We'll have many different guests throughout the day, but we will have coverage through the end of this event when there's just one player left taking home that top prize of $81,720.
$81,720. That'll buy a lot of tacos here in Houston, Texas.
Ray, I know you're a pro. You've been playing poker for years and years, but imagine step into an amateur, recreational shoes. What would you spend $81K on if you weren't the pro that you are?
$81K. I would spend it on more buy-ins at the All-Star Bowl this year. Skylar's going to step into it here. He's got 2 8s and folds to him in middle position, and he's obviously going to raise it. Eloy right behind him with the 2 queens. And then next to act is Slick Rick, just now joining us. I've played a lot with him the last few days. He actually, I believe he won a tournament earlier in the week. I'll have to double check. I know he got really deep in it, top 3. And there's the 3-bet from Eloy. And I'm not sure how much Slick Rick has played with Eloy. This looks like a very easy 4-bet spot, but Eloy's the type of player that he's not messing around quite often here. And Slick Rick with a good just flat here. I don't hate it at all. You know, he gets to be in position. You know, it's one of those spots where if he would have ripped it in, it wouldn't have been bad at all. If he would have flats, it's not bad at all. It's a very tough hand just to throw away.
Put Skylar in a really tough spot here. But
Yeah, Skylar didn't come all the way from wherever he's living now to fold a hand. The guy lives all over the country, plays poker everywhere.
that's great. We're gonna go to the flop. Ace, king of spades, queens, and eights. 3-way action.
Well,
One check.
that's
Not the flop.
that's not a flop that
anyone.
anybody hates.
Right. 4, 4, 3, 2 diamonds. Eloy and Skylar both have a diamond. Eloy with the better.
Yeah, when you have ace king and you see a flop like this, you're like, okay, I don't hate it. And Eloy is going to ship it in, which is almost a pot size ship. And this is going to put both players in a tough spot. Rick,
Rick with no pair
yeah,
and
just-
still having Skylar behind them.
yeah, very good fold by Rick. And Skylar is, I don't think he's going to make a decision in the next 30 seconds.
No.
He likes to think things through. I can't tell you if he's going to call or fold because this is a very tough spot. Skylar is a great player, and I don't know how long he's played with Eloy. If he has played with him all day, he probably knows he's pretty tight. But like I said, when that flop came 4-4-3, you have ace king. You love that flop because you know it didn't hit your opponent.
Right.
And when he makes that pot size bet, you know, it looks like, well, I have ace king. I don't really want to bet and let them continue, so let me just shove all in. And Skylar knows with, you know, that oversized bet that he could just have a lot of ace high hands here. And look, I mean, he's in pain.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's
deep in
that last flinch he just did makes me think that he's gonna fold. Like he's leaning towards a fold, but he wants to make sure that he's not making mistakes. So we're probably gonna be on this decision for another minute here, and I don't blame Skylar.
Not at all. Absolutely. It's tournament life. Deep in day 2, a big prize
Exactly.
on top.
And
you got to think about your chips already invested.
yeah,
Yeah, he is
I-
going to land down.
88.
very, very disciplined, Skylar.
It hurts.
And not only that, he knows that if Eloy does have ace king here, he knows that Rick flatted that 3-bet free with a hand of that type, with an ace king, ace queen type hand.
Yeah.
And so if Eloy does have ace king, now he has him in a world hurt because at least one of his other outs are gone.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is if he calls and he's wrong, he has to hit one of the 2 remaining eights.
Right. It's not a good spot.
And Eloy just never has pocket 5s or 6s. So he knows all he's beating are ace high bluffs. And Skylar's experience, I mean, I don't know what I would have done in that spot. So, you know, very, very good fold by Skylar. Especially he could be at the point right now where he could be on what I like to call winner's tilt, where you go from very few chips. You know, he just had like 5 bigs and now he has 20. And he's like, oh, I'm feeling good right now. But he thought it through and makes a very disciplined fold. Little donkey, Lisa gonna raise it up with the king 10 here. Jim, new to the table.
7 fold.
This Dallas is his second hand. He's gonna make the fold. And Desmond with the pair in the big blind. And these small pairs and big blinds, it's such a tricky hand to play. It's like, well, you know, I could flop a set and win a big pot, but you know you're facing a late position raise, so should I 3-bet and you know hope to get her off? And there he is. He's gonna move all in. And I can't imagine Lisa's going to make the call here.
Yeah, 205,000 call. It's with King 10 offsuit. Push them out. See what happens.
And Lisa's another one. She likes to think hands through. Very experienced no limit player. She plays a lot of PLO as well.
The one person I know I could have got to buy in was
And again, like, she might have a lot of experience playing with Desmond, whereas I don't. And, you know, he might have made a bunch of moves, and she thinks, well, he's making another move here. But she lets it go.
Works out.
Oh, yeah.
Eloy now the chip leader at the table. Eloy, Joe, and Lisa, they all have over 40 bigs. Slick Rick with 35, Dirty John right there with me. Jim new to the table with 27.
So you're familiar with a lot of the dealers too. This is Randy. He's from Las Vegas. He deals a lot for Roundup Reno events. I've known him for about 6 years. Every time I've worked an event for the Pokemon, he's been there dealing for us. And he's one of the better dealers that we have out there. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I've known him a long time from World Series events and whatnot.
Oh, that's awesome. 7 for Lisa in the hijack. 6 is for Dirty John. And Slick Rick. Only 1+2 with the King 10 suited.
Looks like the raises. All of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty John is right behind her. Yeah, Dirty just lets it go.
Wow.
Yeah, try playing with her.
I mean, the way he was looking up, I thought maybe he was like considering a raise.
He probably was. You just never know with this guy. He's all over the place. He's like I said, he's awesome. Love playing with him. Cash games, tournaments. He actually got deep in the Big O event that Skylar won.
Oh, nice.
And Skylar just absolutely destroyed that tournament. I don't think there was a point of the tournament that he was not chip leader.
I played some PLO cash with him back in October. And he was a lot of fun to play with, man. He's just a great personality.
Oh yeah, he definitely likes to have fun when he plays poker.
Yeah.
10 fold.
And we're gonna go heads up.
Heads up.
Jack 4 deuce, 2 spades. Gives Slick Rick 4 spades. But Lisa's 7s are still in the lead.
Yep, and again, even though 7s are in the lead,
The percentages are
he's an quite a big underdog, almost 2-1.
right. Oh,
And the Jack of Spades gives Slick Rick a pretty hammer lock on the hand. At least has to catch a 7 or a Jack now to win this. And this is one of those spots where even though Slick Rick has the queen high flush and he is pretty certain he has the best hand here, after he bet the flop and Lisa called, when he bets a turn, he still a lot of times you're just hoping for a fold. Like, just let me win this hand right now. The board's starting to get scary.
Yeah.
You know, we bet the flop she called. She's going to have a jack there a lot. The jack comes on the turn. And for Lisa, you know, she's thinking, why is he betting again? He should only be betting again if he has a jack. What are the odds he has a jack? Because now two of them are out there. So her sevens could be good. And she knows that after she called the flop that her hand looks like a jack a lot. So why would he be betting if he has a pocket pair? He's got to be bluffing.
Sounds like blinds will be up next hand.
And Lisa really thinking it through.
Okay, we just got a spade in her hand. Something to think about.
And again, no idea how much history these two have together. I know he just got moved to this table. That doesn't mean they didn't play together yesterday. Or if they play games together every day of the week.
Yeah, sure.
And it looks like she's... Oh, yeah, it looked like she was about to make a fold. And now she's thinking about it again. I know her husband Daryl's watching at home right now. He's probably screaming at the top of his lungs. Oh, come on, Lisa.
No king. Oh.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with thinking through hands. I never get upset with people when they think through like this. It's the times where somebody knows exactly what they're going to do the entire time.
Yeah.
They wait 30 seconds and they have jack deuce off and they're like, all right, I fold.
It's so brutal when that happens.
You know, it ends up wasting time to where it makes people feel rushed in spots like this that they should think it through.
Alright.
And
she's
she does fold. Okay.
She's holding that one chip between two fingers like she was ready to toss it in. And you tell she went down to the wire, really grinding it. She's really thinking that one out.
All right, so blinds are up 10,000 and 25,000.
Skylar's down to 10 big blinds.
And it looks like we're gonna have another dealer change. And another professional dealer, Matt, coming in. He's another really good one. This staff for these tournaments has been amazing. And you see in the background right there, that's the monster stack going on today. Another great field. Not sure how many entries they have yet.
I can tell you. Pull that right now, actually. It opened an hour and 30 minutes ago. Registration's open for another 3 hours. We got a nice long open spot for that. It's got 74 runners, 62 remain currently. A $20,000 guarantee in that $400 event.
So there you go. If you're out there and you're thinking about playing some poker today, come play this monster stack. You got 3 hours left to register.
I would expect about $5,000 or $6,000 first place for that one, maybe. And they will still have a custom money clip like what Ray Henson won this week.
And also, a lot of the guys that bust this tournament today are probably going to go jump into that.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to get to play with somebody that's on tilt. I know when I bust a tournament, then I hop in the next one right away. It does not end well for me.
There you go.
Four fold. 6 3.
there's Dirty with the Rays. Ace 10 suited.
To 100,000, make it 4x open.
Little fun fact about Dirty John. The guy can set the world record for the fastest to drink a beer. I'm not even joking with you.
Jeez.
I'll tell him to do it later in the night. It's a thing of beauty. We were playing the other day, and he had a beer and a half in front of him, and I ordered myself a drink, and I was like, "Do you want one?" I looked, I was like, "Never mind, you have a beer one and a half." He said, "No, bring me another one," and I looked at him like, "What are you gonna do with all these drinks?" And he literally had that thing down in 3 seconds, the full one.
Wild.
And I've showed him do it. I've told him to do it in front of quite a few people this week, and every one of them they stop what they're doing and just stare because they're amazed. It's crazy. He's a very fun guy.
Yeah. Doesn't know what's thinking about it. He lays on 6-3 suited. Folds around to Joseph. Fold 10 cut off. Style with King 10 off on the button.
Yeah, and King 10 off 10 bigs here on the button. He's going to be getting it in.
Yeah. We'll pick up to the line.
And again, you see the average stat keeps going up, 762,000. I know that voice in the background, so I like Derek Norman just said he doubled up because nobody ever believes him. Well, no, Derek, we don't believe you.
Great. Day 2 restart with 107 runners. Ray, of this 107, how many of these players do you know?
Out of the 107, I would say I probably knew at least 8.
Jeez.
Now, a lot of these I met this week.
Yeah.
They were here playing all week. A lot of them, like you see the guy in the back that's seen the back, that's Jeremy Tinsley. I've known him for 20 years.
Oh my goodness.
I've known Lisa maybe 10 years, longer, 15 years maybe. They just a lot of Houston people that love playing poker. This is something we've wanted in the city as long as I can remember. And it's a few of these guys I've met this week, like Slick Rick. Met him the other day after he got deep in the tournament.
That's fun.
He said that Tom was calling him a very creative player, the most creative player or something. And so he got extremely creative and drew on his face mask, and he put creative and had little symbols everywhere. It was a very creative move.
Nice.
Blasting, right? For the fans.
Action's going to fold around to Joseph. Under the gun +2 with pocket deuces. Ducks. Open to 75,000. 3x open. Slick Rick is going to. And John with a little price. John will fold it. So it's heads up to a flop. Queen 6-3-2. It does not connect to this board at all, but isn't very happy.
That's the problem with the deuces is if you don't flop a set, there's 3 overcards.
Yep.
That's my expert analysis for the day, guys.
Years and years. Years and years of playing with that. I like it.
Now Rick picks up the straight draw, and as you see there, he can catch all the 7s, 8s, and 9s now to win the hand.
3 bets, 145, 10 fold.
And Joseph doesn't even consider it. He lets it go. Pot is pushed to Slick Rick. 45 players remain in this day 2 coverage. We're offering you guys the $600 main event.
So 5 tables left.
Ray, have you? How many of these Houston poker rooms have you played in?
Quite a few. Over the years, and obviously like just recently has the poker come out from under the ground.
Yeah.
So over the years, I played in several of the underground games, and now they have clubs like Champions, beautiful opening, and played in quite a few of them. I like playing here at Champions. It's a very relaxed, nice atmosphere. They take care of you. The bar's great. The food is outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I still have a few underground games with guys who I have played with forever that I still like to play with. And, oh yeah. So I don't. And I live so far up on the north side that it's just easier for me. You know, sometimes I can play for 2 hours or something. Or, you know, go grind for a couple hours and then go get my day done. So
9, 10, 3 flop, 2 spades. Desmond's going to flop him up into a straight draw. Lisa's still ahead with the ace high.
And after raising under the gun and flopping that, he's going to continuation bet, and as he should. That's 90K.
Oh, Lisa's gonna jam all in. Desmond is going to call. Lisa's still ahead, like we said, with the ace high, but
Yeah,
Desmond's
Lisa's ahead, and as you see, it's basically a coin flip here.
Yeah.
And
Desmond hits on the
takes
turn.
a huge lead.
There's the fade and ace. And he does. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Houston too, Ray, and I used to play in a lot of the underground games as well. We talked about a few of the rooms. Man, I've lived in Vegas for the last 6 years, and poker in Houston back in like 2005, 6, 7 was just a completely different world, man.
Oh yeah.
I remember playing like in one room where you walked in, they buzzed you in with a cage.
And then you're in that cage, and they buzz you through another door.
Yep, exactly right. There was one room I'd go to that was an auto detail in the windows, and they'd buzz you in, and you have to walk down like 2 or 3 hallways to get into a big, beautiful room with tables and TVs all around. There was one in the Montrose area. It was upstairs of a duplex that was called the Stoner Room.
Yep, I was going to say the Stoner game. I remember that one.
Just all sorts of crazy stuff, man. Houston wanted to play poker, and they found a way. And now it's beautiful. It's out of the shadows, like you said. It's out, it's above ground with a safe, beautiful, well-kept rooms like this one. The Champions out here in West Houston.
Yep, and I mean this town is booming for sure. And I don't think it's slowing down. Houston will become the poker mecca of the country.
Yeah, man. I think just with the amount of games that we played back in the day, it's just going to keep growing for sure. Slick Rick and the hijack is going to open to 60K. Desmond the big one. 9-4 off, but he still makes the call from the big. And he pops a pair of fours. An 8-4-3-2 diamond four.
I just said in the blue league. I'm not sure. I might not. That could be.
The action goes check. It looks like there's a turn on the board, but we can't see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what came on the turn, but Rick Betson wins.
Yeah. If you've never played on the RFID table, guys, it's amazing technology. Basically, this is a computer that just looks like a poker table. There's a computer underneath with different readers under the felts in each position. And the cards that are being used are different. It's insane. These decks are $600 each. Each card has its own computer chip in it. They're each programmed with the correct card. And then as they are slid over the readers, they go into another computer. And that's how we're able to bring you this telecast.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right.
This is truly. I've been playing poker for a long time, and I remember when they started talking about putting poker on TV and the cameras that were in, and the evolution and how everything's gone from that to this. You know, obviously the more advanced streams I have. You know, with the WPT, you know, tournaments like that, to where it's amazing at how far it's come. And I said when they started talking about putting poker on TV, nobody's going to watch poker on TV.
Right.
Poker is boring to watch. But now you have great productions like this, to where you can like actually see and follow the action. You know, I just always envision there's cameras above a table and people are just playing poker. Like, you know, to me that's just boring.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can see their whole hearts. You can, you know, live vicariously through these people, and
It's just great. It's just great what's taking place. The fact they weren't just happy with what the Moneymaker's main event. Like it changed poker. Then Moneymaker, of course, had such a big effect, and they weren't happy there either. I remember the old fridges with the cutout on the table. You'd see like that big box where you could watch the players show their cards that way.
right.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, and I really did not. That made me very uncomfortable, just because you have to lift your cards up so much, and you don't want to bend those cards. You know, so you're trying to do it in a way where, you know, nobody can see your hand, and it's such a big, and you know, like a cliff coming off the table.
Yeah.
You know, so I like this so much more.
Yeah, it's such a smart way to do it.
Technology has come so far.
5-5.
Jim's gonna raise. We cut off with Ace-9 of diamonds.
As he should. And, you know, this is just poker here. You know, he just runs into these screens. This is why it doesn't matter who you are. The best player doesn't win every time. Because he does nothing wrong with his hand, and it's going to cause him to lose chips.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us so much on Facebook. The Trung, Lupe, Reza, Logan. Thanks y'all for hanging out. My name is Jesse Fulham from Poker News. With me is Ray Henson. We're bringing you coverage of day 2 of the $600 buy-in main event here at the Lone Star Poker Series. Eloy's all in. Jim's like, nah.
Okay, thank you.
42 players left. It's getting real.
Earthquake in Houston. These earthquakes are very rare, but when they happen, all these professional players, they all move. The whole place shakes.
I was actually in Vegas a couple years ago for the main event when there was an earthquake, and it was wild.
That's right, man.
I obviously, being from here, spending most of my life here, I haven't experienced very many earthquakes. I did when I lived in Cali for a short time, but we're sitting there playing, and I literally felt like I was just lightheaded. I was like, you know, the room started
crazy.
spinning, and I was like, what's going on? Then I look around, and literally the guy next to me jumped under the table for whatever reason, and then everybody just like took off running.
Yeah. I was there.
And so I didn't know what to do, so I took off running.
I was there. I remember that. That was insane. That was, yeah. We've had a few other big earthquakes in Vegas since then. One time I was in bed, and I literally felt like our house was just like moved a foot or something. It was just insane. It was insane. Queen 5-5 flop. Slick Rick against Desmond.
And the first one that shows aggression here is going to win this pot.
For sure.
And Rick shows the aggression, and Desmond, yeah, he looked like he didn't want to give it up so easy, but he does. Wow, we lost 2, so now 40 players. Just like that, they're dropping like flies.
Oh, yeah. It was just a ladder, starting with 40th. Players are now guaranteed $2,100. Next pay jump will be at 25th. No, I'm sorry, 30. Can you math? 32nd. There we go. I love Poker Atlas, man. I love that this clock is completely live and it's easy to check all these numbers and stats and pull along this way as well. It's such a great tool.
Yeah, you can do it from home. And folks, Eloy on the 7 here, he has the king of cards and $1 million in chips. It's so fun to say that word. He's going to lay it down. And I think what Eloy's thinking here, Rick has shown that he's playing back at people, and he knows Lisa plays back. So he lets it go because he just doesn't want to get involved right now. He doesn't want one of these 2 to 3 bet him and then just be in a tough spot. So rather than bleed off some chips, he just folds.
Slick Rick is going to flop a pair of 3s.
And Lisa with the gutter is going to make the call. Not only does she have a gutter, but for 5 and for 6 are both live. And they check through.
Yeah. No 4 for Lisa, no 6, no 5. Rick is going to be the best hand. Let's see if it gets through for him.
Now, after he checked turn and bet here, and nothing changed, Lisa is the type of player that will put him to a challenge to see if he wants to call out. I'm not saying she's definitely going to just move in here, but it would not shock me because she is not afraid to make people show her.
Oh, and she does.
And she did.
No, she didn't go in. She,
That's good. So, you know, there's not a whole lot of difference in all-in and her raise here.
yeah.
And she gave herself some chips in case she gets called to be able to run a stack back up.
Rick with the best of it, but he has bottom pair. It doesn't feel great. Spades don't get there.
Yep,
Oh.
and she's going to win it.
Right.
And she says, nope, you can see it on later. When you get home, you can rewatch the stream and see it. I'm not even going to show you.
That's it. Oh, great hand for Lisa.
And I bet you he does watch the stream when he gets home. Rick, just so you know, it's been fun playing with you all week. Hope to see you at our next event. You've been a lot of fun, buddy.
Logan Hewitt in chat says, I bubbled both flights yesterday. Man, nasty hand.
I actually did bubble both flights yesterday. I finished 2 off the money in the early flight, and I was stone cold bubbling late.
He says, go both, talked to him cash late on his way out. Won 8th place money. So he says, I'll take what I can get. Let's do a little math. 8th place money in this would be, where are we at?
85.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought you said 5-0.
not bad, Logan. Wow, shit, well done.
Cash games down here, guys. They're amazing.
Popping off, yeah. It's just I've heard so many stories like that too.
What's that?
Yesterday, a buddy of mine didn't want to go back to the ATM. Asked, "Hey, can I borrow $1,000?" Borrowed it from another friend, and sent a picture 3 hours later with like just racks of red, cashed out for like 4K. Playing 1-3 PLF. My goodness, aces for Dirty John. Oh, and it's in a big blind too.
This is Danny coming back to the table again. He was here earlier for those that weren't watching.
Yep.
Before the first break. Danny does like to mix it up. And unfortunately for him, he raised to 50K. Rick flatted on the button. Rick likes to play hands in position. Unfortunately for both these guys, John wakes up with the aces, and it looks like he makes a big 3-bet. Yeah, he 3-bets to 200K. Danny still has a very free hand. Let's go rather quickly.
Very, yeah, that's right.
My buddy Mike Weaning says we need more of these tournaments. Well, yes, we do, Mike.
Without a doubt.
There will be more. We are not done. Can't wait till we get to announce our next stop.
If you're considering coming out to Champions, they've got some great promotions going on. They've got a Progressive Hold'em Bad Beat, currently at $5,300. Aces full of jacks or better beaten by quads. 40% losing hand, 20% for winning, and 40% table share. Some great other options. Progressive 7-card flush. I've never heard anything like that, man.
Neither have I. That's awesome.
Right?
It got hit here the other night.
Oh, yeah. When you walk in, there's a big board, a big whiteboard that tells you where the promos are at. There are time promotions too. First time purchase, 100% match. 5 hours, get one free. If you play 20 hours a week, you can get $1 per hour time rebate. Play 30 or more, $2 per hour time rebate. And yeah, lots of great options. It's a beautiful room. If you're in the area, definitely you must check out Champions.
Yeah, even if you're not in the area, make yourself in the area. This place is beautiful. Got a lot of Dirty John fans in the chat.
Oh, for sure.
Uh-oh. Somebody's on the feed saying Joe is hot.
Check this out. Jim.
All right, top 2 versus a flush draw.
Yeah. Both love this flop. Slick Rick doesn't have to worry about bigger spades now. He can just rest at ease. Just looking for another one. Oh, almost.
Deuce of clubs. Yeah, if you're
Almost.
Jim, you're loving that turn card. Let's see if Jim can check twice.
3 bets 150. 7 moves all in.
Yeah,
And
all in
the
from
check
Jim.
raise. And now it's only 175 to call. And
Yeah, he
he's
makes,
gonna call it with the flush draw. So he's got all the remaining spades to hit to win.
here it comes. Nope.
And Jim's gonna double.
That's it.
Yeah, so it's actually Joe's wife saying Joe is hot. And Amy, I have to admit, he is pretty dreamy.
I've seen better.
Oh, stop.
I mean,
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, I'm right here.
oh. No, not you. God. Yeah, Joe's got you beat easy.
Yeah, I play a lot with Joe. I've known him for a long time. Very good guy. Great player. start with Joe under his gun with the A7 suited. He's probably going to get a raise in here.
And raising to 60. One fold, two folds.
And Lisa with the suited connectors. Lisa loves playing with suited connectors. So does Rick. There's Rick with the 7-5 suited. He's going to call. And Lisa folds. All the way around to the blind. Desmond's going to call. We're going to go the black 3 ways. All 3 with suited cards. All 3 different. Not much out there for anybody. Slip, Rick dropping the gutter ball. Joe's got a continuation bet. 70,000. And we're going to go the turn with Rick in position. And the turn's a key giving Joe a flush draw. And he can actually, he could continue here and he can also check. Either of which is fine. It all depends on what you put your opponent on. If you thought he was just calling with a pair type hand, but you know, if you thought he had a hand like King Jack, King 10, Jack 10, then all those get there. Joe knows no matter what, he has equity that he could hit a diamond and he bets, Rick folds. There you see pre-flop raise percentage. And a lot of big hands out there right now. First one that reaches for their chips is going to win the Yankees.
Raised to 65.
And Lisa, never afraid to show aggression, is going to raise it. And Jim, with the Jack 5 of hearts on the button, is reaching for raising chips. And what great instincts. He knows that Lisa likes to mix it up and play a lot of hands and raise. And put a 3-bet out there. Hope to get it through. Looks so strong. Yep, and Lisa gives it up. Great play by Jim there. That's why these guys are in the tournament and I'm not. 39 players. Eloy still leading on the table, most chips. And folds around to Jim. He's going to raise it up from the cut with the Queen 9 of clubs. Desmond also has 2 clubs right behind him. He has the ace-high clubs. Wants to get in there.
8 calls.
And he calls for 55K. Mr. Greeny with the deuce 3 folds.
One call. Hey, which one?
Danny calls from the small blind, and we're good to go 3-0. Desmond flopping top pair, Danny bottom pair, and Jim gets a gut shot. But he raised it pretty flat, and he's going to keep on repeating. And Desmond just calls.
One fold.
So Jim with the gut shot, needs a jack and only a jack,
What's up?
but he's also taking aggression on the hand. And there's the jack. It does complete the flush show.
$110. Or sorry, 7.
110, and
7, that's 110.
there's just so much out there right now with all the 2-pair type hands, so many straights out there, and the flush, and bigger aces, that it could save Desmond from going broke here.
Right. Desmond less than a pot size bet. Just can't feel confident putting it there.
Oh,
And what a great fold by Desmond.
Jim up to 1.2 million.
That's why these guys are in the tournament or not. Got 39 players left, guys. That's Jim up to 1.2 million now. Eloy right at $1 million. Desmond and Slick Rick with short sacks on 15 and 14 bigs.
three folds. 4 folds.
Dirty John wakes up with ace queen offsuit, and we on +2.
100.
He makes it 4x. 4x open, up to 100,000.
8 folds. One fold.
See, Eloy's got Jack 8 of hearts, and I mean, if John just made it 2x, right? Easy call for Eloy here in the big one.
Right.
But John with that big aggressive open, Eloy decides to lay it down. It's not worth it. I just walked through the room, and our closer event is on break. That's why we can walk through. But man, there's a nice sized rail of people just like trying to sneak in and watch their buddies who deep stack at this late stage.
Did you tell them how they could actually watch?
Oh yeah, I was in there yelling like, make sure that Joe from here go watch on your phone. John's got king 9 and spades and we're going +1. This time he does make a smaller open, raise it to 50K. Jim with 1.2 million, king with 7 of hearts. Oh, he folds, but he doesn't show up yet. Jim folded, Desmond with the jack 10 of spades and the hijack.
Jack 10 of spades, such a pretty hand.
8 calls. 10 folds.
And unfortunately for him, John has the better spades already.
2 folds. 3 calls.
King suited ace, we'll get in at the button. Slick Rick with 3 deuce off on the big blind.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? This is 4-way action. I'm closing action.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
100% of the time.
And John does flop top pair and Desmond
Six
open-handed.
steps, 200.
I expect Desmond's chips to be in here because John bets 200 and he only has 300.
Ooh, Desmond to go.
One fold.
Desmond said he doesn't want to risk it just yet. You hear that beeping in the background? That means John's hard going up. We're going to
15, 30, 30. One's up. 15, 30, 30.
Dane? If you're in the area, you can still come out and play part of the Lone Star Poker Series. One event is still open. And registration's open, I believe, until 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, late reg is up until 7:35. So if you're watching, and you're in Houston, you can support your friends now, and then come over and hang out with us.
Yeah, you got 2.5 hours, and you could get here from almost everywhere in Houston in 2.5 hours.
Easily. You should already be here, but we'll forgive it this time.
They took the day off from playing poker so they could watch us. So I do forgive you.
There you go.
They also have a bunch of cash games going right now. And I can tell you the action has been amazing. And Danny raises it from the cut here, and Rick, one never shy about putting people to a test, puts it in with the 7-8 from the small blind, knowing Danny doesn't have to have a big hand here from the cutoff. Unfortunately for him, Danny did find a big hand, so he's going to need some help here. And yeah, Danny flops really big, and he needs a 10. That's not a heart.
Doesn't get
He
there.
does not get there. Good game, Rick. I know you're going to watch this later. Like I said, it was a lot of fun playing with you all week. I look forward to seeing you at the next Lone Star Poker Series.
You could be. Rick's about 39, and that pays $2,100. As a result for a $600 buy-in tournament.
Not bad at all. Glad I could contribute so many points for you guys.
Yeah, basically got all that money from Ray.
Yep.
I can't anymore.
And towards the Desmond Hall with 2 sevens and 10 big blinds. It looks like he's putting out
One fold.
Around 30 John with a Queen 9 offsuit.
And I know John likes those natural nines.
You said you count.
And Desmond too. Yeah. And he shows, I'm not messing around, guys. Leave me alone.
I didn't realize there's a table over there. They moved me like some of the street.
Easy fold for Desmond on the position. Joseph as well.
One fold. So you look like you need a beer with me. I need a what? A beer can.
Yeah, I got
William
it.
cut off with a queen nine offsuit. Good leg fold.
Lisa on the button with an ace.
I heard Jason when they, you know what?
Not one to shy away from it.
Raise 70.
I only played over there a couple weeks.
This is 70,000.
That should
I played
be
mine all the time.
pretty high.
There's something about that play. I always do
Suited
every
hand.
hand to get into.
And a giant stack.
I only did it three
He's
times.
run that up very recently.
Like the
He
first
does
big hand I
flat.
get into.
See if it's not. Lisa likes it. There's Joe.
Yeah, so we got 3 aces versus a flush draw.
We're up 65.
We going all
See the bad news. But it's not like he just put it in with nothing, so
Yeah, Jim put Lisa all in. She does call. She's ahead currently. Oh,
she turns it.
and she immediately sits down.
And he makes the flush.
Yep. The 4 hits the turn. Lisa's like,
As soon as the 4 hits, she just sits back out.
That's right.
Give me my double.
Yep.
37 players remaining, 1 more bust. Grab a couple more players.
There you go.
It would have been way more dramatic.
When the players at the table say, I wish the spade came before the other 4. It was way more dramatic.
Yeah, that's how you get the gray hair like I have.
That's right. There you go.
And as you can see, like everybody's laughing, having a good time. That's what the Lone Star Series is all about, guys.
Has it felt this way at all the tables?
Oh yeah,
That's where we
all
talk-
week. Yeah, all week long. It's everybody having fun.
That's just such a great energy to have. I mean, I know, Ray, you've played all over the world, and you've had experiences of people with their headphones on, hoodies, pulled up, just no
Scarves
conversation.
around their face.
Yeah, right.
Like now the scarf around the face it's acceptable.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. It's demanded by the property. That's right.
But yeah, I mean it's awesome to see people talking to each other, having a good time. Friendships have been made. I know I've made many a friends. Both these last 2 Lone Star Series events. We're going to places outside of Colbert. Then we get to these tables we're playing with each other. We're going hardcore at each other.
Such a fun experience, fun environment. Danny opens under the gun +1 with Jack 8 of hearts. Lisa's going to call from the cutoff with pocket 6s. Desmond in the big blind with 10-5. Only having been in 1 more big blind is
Yeah, that's a new age too that people are doing is just defending 100% of big blinds to these men or 1.5x raises, and you see it on high rollers if you watch. I don't like it.
yeah. But he does let go, and his heads up. Danny outflops Lisa with the top pair here on the board.
Yeah, and can't imagine Lisa's just going to give up right away.
On the 8-5 deuce.
Nope, you don't call the 6s and fold 5 2.
165,
She's very find out pretty early.
Oh, we gotta get this guy to move.
Don't worry, we're the last 2. We'll count the last 1.
Yeah, that's Chan. He's won the chip.
One ball.
Oh my God, you go back together.
Jerry, you always want
Jack of diamonds in turn.
Yeah, Danny's gonna love that.
He checks pretty quickly. At least he's not going to fall for it. Backdoor diamond flush gets there, but obviously, everyone's worried about that. And she does call his bet. Danny's going to take down this nice pot.
Not only he puts the top there, and he turns it $2. That damn, Where's the one we get you another drink, Chris? Another drink? What you got over there? Zero drink. You want another?
And now Danny is shifting her on the table.
What's that, tea shop?
Not surprising to me. I don't know Danny at all. He's one of the very few players I don't know. But he's been playing very well, and he is in there mixing it up. He just raised the last hand under the gun, well, under the gun +1 with the Jack 8, showing he's not afraid to play games.
That's right.
And now Lisa picks up the ace, king of diamonds, and it's going to look like she's tilted after losing that hand.
Raise to 70.
But unfortunately, I don't think she'll have anyone to.
Yeah, but you know, like they've been showing a tendency to, when people are playing back at you, to play back at them. So this is poker. You don't always have to have the best hand.
Very true. Joseph is going to make the call from the big blind with the ace. He is in bad shape. We're going to see a flop. Heads up. Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay. That's an above average flop.
No kidding.
And Joe does flop a pair, but obviously does not have a diamond in his hand.
Okay, so down clicks to 60K.
Joe not going anywhere just yet.
He doesn't really hesitate. He makes the call.
And that does give Joe a few outs.
Joe's happy to see a non-diamond turn card. He just grabs a stack of chips and pushes them forward.
Yeah, and Joe knows Lisa just lost a big pot last hand, and that she could be very tilted here.
Right.
They
She
play
could have-
together a lot. They've known each other for many a years.
She could have overcards with just one diamond. Oh, king of hearts. The river's not a card Joe wanted to see. Just check, check.
It was a nut.
Yeah, they go check here.
Yeah. So I thought you hit on the river. Nope. She flopped it.
And she also hit the river.
Yeah.
If she didn't have diamonds, she still would have beat him with the king.
Very true, very true.
And there's Danny in the big blind, waking up with 2 kings.
Let's see if anyone has any cards to miss around for. Action should be folding around to death on the button with the ace 10 offsuit and just 300K, 10 big blinds.
Yeah, he has exactly 10 bigs, and this is very standard slot for him to get it in.
No.
And he limps in for 30K.
Raise to 105.
Danny's going to raise to just over 3 bigs.
Then Desmond with the back raise, he's not gonna like the bad news.
One overcard looking for an ace.
8, 9, 10. So he picks up outs on the 10. Now straight outs and chop, and he taps the table. I can't see what the card is, but he taps the table in defeat.
Yeah,
Good game, Desmond.
great game. Desmond's a lot of fun watching table.
He finishes in 37th place. That means there's 36 left. You saw the board just change. So we're down to 4 tables, guys. It's getting exciting. Anybody else excited?
Here's a quick little chart with the aggression frequency for these players at the table. Of course, it's only been here since since the break ended. So not much.
Yeah, Mike Sanders Jr. just had great venue, great turning. It was so good to see homies I haven't seen in a year and to meet some new ones. And now I get to listen to Ray's sexy ass all the way home as he's driving back to Arkansas. Mr. Sanders, was great to see you, buddy.
Jim in the cutoff has king, queen offsuit and about 22 big blinds.
Raise to 65.
He's going to open.
6-5? 6-5, yeah.
Look at you missed the punch.
10 fold.
He's going to put just over 2 bigs, 65,000. Folds around to Eloy in the big blind with ace, king of spades.
Sounds good.
Eloy's going to raise. No, just a call. Looks like more than 2 greens.
Jim out-fluffing Eloy here.
That's 40.
Jim's going to downclick to 40,000. It's just over 1 big blind. Blinds being 15 and 30. Eloy just again flat here. Not any aggression out there yet. It's now too hard. Eloy wanted to see a 9 of clubs. No backdoor straight draws available anymore for him. He's looking only for an ace or a king. Doesn't get it.
Yeah, and when Jim checked back turned there, that was not the river he was hoping to come. Yeah. He checked back so he can hopefully, he knows Eloy's on the tighter side. Check back hoping to get Eloy to pay him off with the 6s, 7 type hands on the river. And now a 4-card straight comes out there and it completes all these straights. It completes so many 2-pairs. Eloy's been pretty tight. And even though Jim has top characters, this is not an automatic call. And Jim does make the call and he's going away. Yeah, so Alan sends in his comments. So he loves watching this and seeing this young poker player do good. That's Jeremy Tinsley's dad, and just so you know, he's not a young poker player anymore. I've known Jeremy for 20 years. I could say that about him, because I know I'm not a young poker player anymore. But that's Jeremy right there in the background in the blue shirt and the black hat. I'm sure we'll have him on the stream at some point today. He's been playing really well lately. I actually chopped up a run good main event with him back in Bossier City a couple years ago.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, he's a great player. Been playing for a long time in the Beaumont, Lake Charles, Beau Rivage, and New Orleans, and yeah, he's been around the block.
Are you friends with Cord Garcia?
I don't think
Cord, I made my first circuit final table at the time when Cord won his first ring. That was a lot of fun.
that was many years ago.
It was, yeah. I'd go out and play a few of the circuits out there. And, that was great. And then Cord, of course, won the very first Colossus.
I remember. I remember very well.
Yeah.
I was roommates with Ford 91 Colossus.
Oh, that's jeez.
Yeah, he actually busted me out of that tournament
Oh, that's wild.
in third place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very, very wild. We were rooming together, me, Helm, and David Baker, and we played the opening event at Colossus, and Cord goes on to win it. We final table together, and we told each other the whole way there, like, let's do this. You always tell your friends, like, how cool would it be? 25,000 or 22,000 players, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there with 3 players left.
$500 buy-in, the cheapest WSOP event, bracelet event to date at the time. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I can't be mad at third place. I went into the final table with 6 bigs and actually had half the chips and played 3-handed and finished third. Or 4, I'd have chips 4-handed and finished third. But whatever. We're on to the Lone Star Poker Series now and watching Dirty John pick up 2 teams and winning 1.
That's right, no one wants to play. Besides that experience with Cord and my circuit contest when he won, my only other big circuit experience that I really enjoyed one time I was in Vegas, and guy on my left wins a pot, pulls on all the chips and says, "That's right, Jesse James wins the pot." My name's Jesse James Fulton. This is the guy on my left. I'm like, who the fuck? What? No, I folded. What are you talking about? What, how do you know my name? Like, no, I'm Jesse James.
Oh, nice.
Pulls out his ID, Jesse James Sylvia. My direct left. I'm like, holy shit! How the fuck do we get set together with the same exact name?
Yeah, Jesse
and
Sylvia.
I wanted to beat him in that circuit event. I'm like, I'm the best Jesse James in poker. Let's go! And then of course, about 3 months later, I'm watching ESPN when he
Got
makes
third.
a second place.
Oh, second. Yeah, that's right, second.
Pull for like $5
And,
million.
and it's funny, that was the same year as Cord and I got deep in Colossus, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
And
that was 2013. That was way before.
Oh,
So you guys, that was way.
I thought his was. I thought we did it before.
No, Colossus. I remember that was like 2016, I think.
Okay.
So that's when
But-
I moved to Vegas.
Okay.
Well after that, and that was.
And
yeah.
so roommates again, final table, a huge event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his roommate was.
1 fold, 2 fold.
Oh, I can't remember the guy's name now. But regardless, they're roommates. They final table the World Series of Poker main event together. It's I can't wait. It's Kitty's husband now or boyfriend.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
Russ
Oh
something.
come on. My friend, I used to work for Jason Somerville, and he was that guy's coach.
Yep.
And so
Yeah, yeah.
they even did like a whole video package about it, about the final table training sessions and stuff. Man alive. What was his name? My buddies are watching are completely judge me for not knowing his name.
10 check. 3 check.
Trying to find it here.
Russell Thomas.
Russell Tom. I know it's Russell.
All you had to do was Google Kitty Quo husband.
Oh, that's
Boom.
funny.
Russell Thomas. Yeah, Russell Thomas finished 4th place in the 2012. It was 2012, not even 2013. Man alive, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yes.
Alright, getting back up on the action. Joe bet 75K. And Ryan, who is new to the table, is going to float with Jack 10. And the Rivers a 9.
10 check.
Joe checks, and I anticipated a bet coming here from Ryan. I don't think he called turn hoping to hit a Jack or a 10. I think he called knowing that Joe has a pretty weak hand and that he'd be able to bet river and get Joe off.
Right.
3 bets, 175. 182.
3 bets, 175.
No.
Oh,
Joe's going to make the call. I like it.
no kidding. Joe is up to $1 million in chips. Great punt.
Had to work for it.
32 players left. And we've got 4 tables of 8.
And I'm jealous of all 32. And that puts Ryan on the short. Look at the structure. Ryan is the shortstop.
Oh man, it's getting to a good point. For all of the day 1 flights, we had 30-minute levels, and now that we're on day 2 and we're all in one room, and you're not in any automatic shuffles at all, we did increase the level time to 40 minutes. This is a great structure for poker players.
I love it. I love extra structures. It's so early. You know, it's people have this huge misconception on we need more chips, and they have 4 hours of play with 300 or 400 big lines. But then by the time you get the money, everybody has 10 big lines. It's like, who cares? Like, this isn't really poker. Right?
One race is
Really
the
do.
I love this. Like, let's split it up in the beginning. We don't have to play that game.
three folds.
But when it matters, when we're actually playing for real money,
Four calls.
let's slow it down. And that's what we have done here at the Lone Star Poker Series.
Yeah, it's a poker structure is made by poker players. They know exactly, just like Ray said. They know what has been missing in the past, what they like to see, and here we are. Queen Jack versus Queen 9, Danny against Lisa. Queen on the flop, Ace Queen 6, 2 hearts. No player has a heart.
75.
Danny is going to lead out with the second best hand.
Four calls.
Snap call from Lisa. And that should call the action. 4 hearts on the turn. Completes the flush.
4 bets, 120. One fold.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Looks like maybe getting a new player to the table. Somebody seemed like the 8 and 9 seat maybe.
I think it might be Derek Norman. I heard his voice.
Exact number. Alright. Actually, you're gonna move in 15 minutes anyway.
Is it going to be an 8?
It looks like
You would be
it
in
could be Derek. Of course, everybody's in the same room now, so you can hear voices, and that's Mr. Derek Norman. He's another guy that likes to get after it.
Before
He's played all the events from the first Lone Star Poker Series, all the events this week. Yeah, I'm willing to bet he wins one of these money clips in one of these series very
One
soon.
fold, 2 fold.
Yeah, the kid could play. I like to give him shit all the time, but
4 fold.
you know, like I said earlier, he just said I doubled up because nobody ever believes me. I heard him in the background, and I'm like, well, yeah, we don't believe you. But yeah, I will. I'll give him a lot of shit, but it's only because I do respect him a lot, and he knows it. That's cool.
Jim the small blind with Queen Deuce, after being folded around 2, does complete. He just makes the flat. So Derek's first hand at the table, big blind, gets me right into it, and no one's pushing on. That's it. Ace, 9, 8, 2 hearts.
Right here is 7 minutes, 35.
Nobody connects, but that Derek and Jim have the Boom.
Yeah, and it's great. I love it when it goes limp and the blinds and the flop comes ace high. Because even if somebody has an ace, nobody believes you. And, you know, so it goes, especially with 2 guys like Jim and Derek. Neither one of them hit that flop, and I expected a big pot. They disappointed me.
Yeah. Next time. Yeah, right.
One fold.
Dave's gonna fold in the gun. Eloy as well.
3 fold.
Ryan folds on the Lisa and the hijack with Jack 9 and diamonds. And she is going to put out, looks like about 60.
4 races, 65. 6 fold.
65,000. There we go. Gary John folds to 7-6 of hearts. Back around to Joe in the big blind with Queen 10 off. It's just over one big blind to call. I'm sure he'll make a call here.
Nine calls.
So we're heads up to a flop. Queen 10 versus Jack 9. We're just making sure everything's correct here. Here we go. Oh, Lisa. 979 rainbow flop.
Wow.
Four match 75.
That's 75. There we go. This is going to continue. 75,000. Quick fold from Joe. Ryan's our short stack, but with 24 bigs, that does not feel short at all. It's about to be in.
Hey, just make sure to log on here.
Players are guaranteed $2,500 at this point. They just got a ladder as they moved up to 32 left. From 2,100 up to 2,500. Our next pay jump will be at 24th place. And it will be guaranteed $3,150. And again, that top prize is $81,720 players are looking for here. In addition, of course, there's the trophy belt buckle and the money clip, both from Max Lang Jewelers here in Houston, Texas. Folds around to Jim in the cutoff, who's going to open the 60K with pocket 5 to raise the minimum. And Derek on the button, the newest player to the table. Looks like he's counting out some raisin chips.
8 raises.
Oh yeah, big raise. Those greens are 25s, the whites are 5Ks. Raises to 190. That's a 3x is a very standard 3-bet size in here. It's juicy.
Look at that ASIC come out. That's at least 5.
Jim is thinking about it. 130 to call. Just a little over 4 bigs. So he's got 850K behind him. And if he does make a call, it's basically just to go set mining.
7 calls.
Lisa, start there. We're having a jam, baby. She ain't quitting. What you really say? That's Chris Strong. That's Chris Strong. Well, yeah, because there was no camera angle, and it only said Lisa, and I was like, I know Lisa's still in the field.
Three raises 75.
Go back on.
65.
Yeah, they're going to be taking a break here soon, guys, and we're going to switch out again, as we're going to do on all the breaks today. We're trying to get as many people onto the stream as we can.
6 calls.
So there will be a new table coming in. It's been great watching these guys play.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Ryan opens in the gun to 65,000 with ace 10 of spades. Folds all around to Eloy in the big blind, who lets it go. 6, just over 6 minutes left in the level. Players will go on a 15-minute break at that stage.
Lines will be going to 20 and 40,000. Stakes are getting up there.
Oh, yeah. $20 and $40,000. There are 35 million chips in play. We've got a few players over $1 million here at our table. Lisa won, as you see, with the ace-6 under the gun.
Lisa's back over at 30. She,
Four raises 60.
her chips have been moved. I love playing with Lisa. You know, like I said, she's a very good friend of mine. Known her for a long
Seven
time.
calls. Eight calls.
Her and her husband Daryl, I know he's watching. And Jim again flats with the pair. He has straight series.
Ten calls. One call.
Okay, folks, king on the button. Kilo, let's go with his ace.
Three calls.
Along here with the queen nine, and he goes,
Half price, why not?
yep, and three-way pot.
Get some paint on that flop. Queen 10-9.
Yeah, and so two pair for Ryan, and he checks, and Lisa instantly checks.
Seven check.
Jim, 3 overcards out there to his ace. He's not very happy about it. Because now he makes a straight. Even though he made a straight, he still doesn't really like it because any king beats him, and he's a strong guy.
Oh, Lisa. That's
Four
right.
bets, 95.
Lisa with the worst of it in these 3 spots. She has a great chance to sell a story.
Seven calls. Three calls.
Jim with this straight, is not going to just give it up. Lisa has to the king go in. And pairs of board with the jack.
400K.
She goes
400K in the middle. Jim only has 700K left. I say only. That's still a lot.
Four bets, 150.
and she throws a very small bet out there to make it look like please call. Yeah, Jim beats him out.
Jim does have the check mark, as you can see. With his 8, he has made a straight on the turn. The board pairs on the river. He's got the second. He's got the worst straight. This is just a terrible spot to be in.
And you see a stack there. He's down to 700K. So if he calls here, he's down to about 550. There's such a big difference in 700 and 550. But if he calls and wins, he's over $1 million.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, you just don't want to call him your wrong here.
Seven
Oh,
calls.
he makes the call.
Finally does call it, and he's going to be very happy with him.
Oh, yeah, he will be.
There you see, he's up to 1.3 million, and Lisa still, she has a lot of chips still, 855.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Lisa fans in the chat.
It was a great move by Lisa. I mean,
Really does. I mean, you saw how long and hard he thought with that hand.
Yeah.
She's going to get a lot of other hands that he might call turn just to see what would happen on the river. Obviously, when the river paired, he hated it because, you know, she could have all the sets. She raised on her gun. She could have all the sets, and she could have a lot of the two pair hands with that hold the jack that filled up. But ultimately, he found the right call. And
he was so hesitant we made it too. It was, oh man. A great pot, great hand. Jim, under the gun +1 with the pocket nines.
Six fold.
After John makes the fold.
raises
And now Jim's really deep and Derek's really deep, so he could open up everything here. He could 3-bet this hand. He could just flat and hope to block a set versus somebody who's really deep with me. And he does just call. And now Joe, another player who's pretty deep, has a suited ace-king. Joe's been relatively quiet. I play a lot of cash with Joe, and he does like to mix it up, and he likes to gamble, and he's not afraid to get his chips in.
10 raises, 310.
He's gonna 3-bet this.
1 fold,
Probably gonna 3-bet pretty big.
2 folds,
310K.
3 folds, 4 folds, 7 folds.
Nine.
And now Derek, if Derek does continue here, now rather than have position on the razor, he'd be out of position.
8 folds.
Makes the fold.
Wisely lets it go.
And I wonder if Derek would have folded there had Jim would have called the 3-bet from Joe. But we will never know.
Right.
You guys saw the clock there. This is going to be the last hand, and we are going to move these guys off the table. We will have 8 new players because there's 32 left, so each table has 8 on right now. And we're going to switch over to bring some fresh faces in there for you.
Let's see if there's any fireworks before we go to break.
Dirty John must have thought that hand was going to take a little longer. It's such a big line, he just left early.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's brutal.
So that makes it an interesting dynamic. Anytime a big blind's not there and a player as aggressive as Derek wakes up with a hand, you know, because now Derek's going to raise this, and these guys behind him are going to think he does not have to have anything. There's a big blind there.
Oh, John,
There's John.
John's
He's
still
like,
there,
I
yeah.
missed it. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, no kidding.
1 fold. 2 calls. 3 folds.
And Eloy is going to make the call with the queen jack of
4
spades.
folds.
I couldn't hold it long enough. I had to go.
Very unfortunate
I
for
didn't want to
Eloy
make
who
the
comes
big
queen
one.
high here.
You guys will move on break.
And he has to hit a jack, running spades,
8 folds, 55.
or somehow find a fold.
Derek,
Which he's not going to just fold here. Like
Oh.
we're seeing the trump card here.
yeah, for sure.
2 calls.
Derek's lead is not very big at all.
Yeah,
55K.
we're gonna go over here to 20, whatever that is in the back.
Yeah, and I really like these down bets on the flop.
Yeah.
Deuce of diamonds on turn. Nice brick.
That is table 26.
Sure. I believe you.
Yeah, when you have ace queen and that flops, and then the deuce of diamonds turns, you're
Ace
just loving it.
Right.
115.
150 or 115?
And I feel like Derek's probably going to get 3 streets of value here.
Let's see. We'll see.
And Eloy's been really tight.
The fact
But
that
top pair,
yeah,
and like I said, the whole dynamic changed when Dirty John wasn't at the table.
that's free money.
This is a first table. Line goes to the top.
Whatever you guys work out.
Eloy calls us here. He's going to be left at 470, which is going to be less than a pot size bet.
2 calls.
And he does make the call.
This is 25 over here. You're 26, right? When I run it, I do it different.
That's 26, and I'm sitting on 27.
He's going to need a jack and a jack only. And, I mean, look at this run out for here.
Jeez.
I never get this run out.
Yeah, the deuce of spades, another brick that.
I'm not the one to complain, say I always lose every hand I play. But when I have ace queen on the queen 9-4 board, it always comes like 10 of hearts, king of hearts.
Eloy's got 2 pair,
8 foot
queens and
zone.
deuces with a jack.
and Derek's gonna put them all in. Like I said, he had less than a pot
My
size
gosh.
match.
Oh, and he
He
calls.
makes a very quick
Oh.
call, and Derek's gonna love the good moves.
The horrible news for Eloy.
And again, going back to the beginning of the hand when Dirty John missed his blind, I wonder how differently things could have been for Eloy.
Mm-hmm.
Good game, Eloy. I'm sure I'll see you
Yeah.
at the Legion again very soon.
Just terrible.
And
Good.
we are down to 30 players.
They're moving all right though.
And with that, we are going to take a break. We're
But they
going
will
to
need to know where that
a
button
fresh
is
set
when
of
you do
faces
move.
up to the main table. And look at that. Derek's at 2 million in chips now.
Oh my gosh.
So,
One of the newest players at the table. He's
Yep.
loving that move.
yeah, so here we are. We're going to take a break, guys. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Hope to have everybody back with us.
The broadcast will come to an end, you guys. Just so you know, that's what they do here at the feature table. So when we come back, there'll be a new table and new people in the booth too. So
Yep. So yeah, you're gonna have to end this one, and another one will pop up in about 15 minutes. So just watch for it. Keep your computer open. Keep your phone open.
Your break should
and
be good
we'll see
now.
you guys soon.
thanks for hanging out.
Fire that percent? You're gonna go to the corner table that's empty right now. Your whole table is. I'm firing up right